Steve from Easy Rubbish Removal, Melbourne's most trusted and awarded rubbish removal company in our 12th year. I want to talk about the experience I originally had and why I founded the company, what this video is about is old school drop-off style bins versus a mobile modern rubbish removal service, and why we basically built the business. I got one of those bins. I didn't know what size to order. I paid for the permit and paid too much, frankly, but I also overloaded the bin a little bit. Didn't know that was a thing, so I went a bit above water level. At pickup time, I think I was quoted for the time it was $800 for whatever bin it was. And the guy jumps out of the truck, bit heavy, a bit angry, not a great energy, and says to me, "Oh mate, you've overloaded the bin. The penalty for overloading the bin is double the price of the bin. So it's a $1,600 bin, not a $800 bin." I was like, "What are you talking about?" Fair to say, we had a few words, and I said, "Look, I didn't know. I'm happy to be as fair and reasonable as I can," but they weren't budging, right? So that really poor experience, had the permit, etc., made me think there's got to be an easier way, and I come up with the concept for easy rubbish removal. So why are we better? What are the things that we do that differentiates us to a traditional do-it-yourself skip bin situation? There's so many things here. Some you'll be aware of and some you won't. I'm just going to rattle them off the top of my head. Number one, there's no permit. We're a mobile service. Number two, we're not going to, wherever your ute can go or a large four-wheel drive can go, we can go. Our bins are efficient. They're long and they're tall, but they're narrow. Laneways, hard to get to spaces, okay? As opposed to getting a traditional bin that gets dropped off, the trucks that carry these bins have got to be sufficient enough to be able to carry very large bins and fully loaded large bins. So the trucks themselves are often 12 to 15 ton, yeah? And then they'll drop a bin with the hooks and they'll drag it on your driveway, on your nature strip, on your beautiful driveway and damage your property. But that's, you read the fine print, that's on you, that's not on them. Then you've loaded it, then they'll drag it, hook it, and lift it up again, and you're like, "But what about my driveway?" Okay? So none of those issues with us. If you have one of those trucks come onto your driveway, it's not even rated for 12, 15 ton. It's probably gonna crack your concrete and break your driveway, right? Residential properties in particular are not rated for that type of weight limit. We weigh slightly more empty than a large four-wheel drive, okay? So these are some of the benefits. Again, some obvious, some not so obvious, but we load it all for you. That's the key thing. You tell us what you want gone, you point, we load it all for you. We take our time to flat pack it down and try and reduce your volume as much as possible to make sure you're not paying for air in the bin, okay? We know how to efficiently pack a bin. So most people, if you're gonna pack a bin yourself and you're just gonna drag things out and throw them on, you're gonna throw odd shapes with other odd shapes, air pockets in the bins, voids. You'll see when we do the job for you, we drag everything out and we pack it in a way where it's super efficient and really dense and there's no air in the bin. Again, money saving, efficiency saving. The shape of our bin is really, really critical. If most people have got to get rid of furniture, couches, tables, chairs, fridges. The thing that all these things have in common when you're talking larger items is they're all squares or rectangles, they're blocks, right? So what do you think a lot of bin companies drop off bins that are shaped in a V shape? Because it's a really inefficient use of space. You put a couch in a V-shaped bin, there's this air in the bottom, a void in the bottom, okay? You try and stack a fridge in there. 9 out of 10 times, you're now going to, just because of the way the bin's shaped, once you've loaded it, you're gonna be going above water level. Well, guess what? There's another penalty coming your way, okay? Inefficient shapes of bins, incorrect bin sizing. 98% of people who order bins, traditionally, order the wrong size bin. It's a fact, trades included. 97% of the time when people order bins, neighbours fill the bin within 12 hours of it being delivered. So you've got a 12-hour window for the bin to be delivered. You've taken the day off. You're waiting to get into your rubbish removal job. You're all excited. The bin guy rocks up at 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. There goes your day. There goes your efficiency. We'll do it tomorrow. Wake up in the morning and Santa's little helpers have kindly filled the bin for you. And if they've put gas bottles, paint, incompatible items in there, mattresses, tyres, you're on the hook for the lot. You have to pay every single one of those penalties, every single one of those additional levies and recycling costs. That bin would be a double cost to the bin as well. So the penalties are everywhere. The risks are everywhere. Our service is, we arrange a time, we come. We get photos beforehand so we can give you a fair expectation of what to expect pricing wise. We work with you on site, let you know how much it's progressing. You can watch us work to make sure it's efficient. We don't charge you for time, labour, call out fees, permits. We charge the same per cubic metre rate that we used to charge when we dropped off bins. So it truly is no additional cost, only savings. Neighbours can't fill up a bin if we're here doing it. You're not waiting around all day if we rock up on time, which we always do, and check our reviews and our trusted history for that. There's no permits because we're mobile. So at the end of the day, I don't understand, other than large, really large construction sites, right, or really large renovation sites, why you would need a really large bin on site, and they typically have those areas fenced off for a reason, okay? So it's a much more efficient way. There's cost savings to be had everywhere. You can check out some of our videos on what's a cubic metre, or some hacks, or how to deal with green waste. But we deal with NDIS, we deal with seniors, we deal with anyone and everyone, able-bodied, to people unfortunately who need assistance and don't have the capacity themselves. All done with compassion and care. We rock up, we make it as easy as possible. Thanks for watching.